That's the coin. How you doing?
YK, I'm doing good,
How you
man.
doing, man?
I can't complain.
So wait, I see you got a U.S. Air Force veteran hat
Yeah, I'm a
on.
veteran.
You're a veteran,
Yeah,
okay? So did you serve?
yeah, sir.
How
Sir,
how long you served for?
5.5 years.
Okay, that's a long time. If you could escape one day, that's a miracle.
5.5 years, but I ain't go nowhere with stateside. I never did go overseas.
Was that during the time of Vietnam?
Vietnam War, yeah.
Okay, so and how old are you, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
75,
75. So everybody that went to Vietnam is in their 70s.
mostly.
Okay, so do you remember how old you was when you went to Vietnam?
17.
17. Ooh, you was young.
17, right out
So
of high school.
so really you don't even know what, like, you don't even remember how it was before you even went. What was it like before you went? How it was when you was 15, 14 growing
Living
up?
here,
Where you grew up?
living here,
Where you grew up at?
right here in Galveston.
You grew up in
Born
Galveston?
and raised.
Born and raised in
Central
Galveston.
High Bearcat.
That's why I went. That's why I went. Okay, so do you remember how was it when you was 15?
It was prejudice as hell.
Yeah.
Prejudice in the motherfucker. Sure was. It ain't changed, but just a
So
little bit.
so this kind of
It
seemed
was
like,
still segregated. You didn't. It wasn't no whites going to school. Wasn't no whites. You worked with them, but that's about it.
to me this seemed like the east end of town, right? So okay, so what'd you do when you got back from Vietnam?
I lived in California.
California.
Yeah.
How'd you get from way from Galveston to California?
Well, I got a shipment there to at the air base there in California. So that's why I got. That's how I got there. I was stationed there in the Air Force there.
Okay, so how'd you manage back to Galveston?
I come back about 22 years later. I come back because my dad was real ill, so I come back to see about him, and I just stayed. Wasn't no reason for me to go back other than to help raise my family, but me and the woman fight too goddamn much, and I wasn't gonna be fighting in front of my children, so I didn't go back.
So you raised some kid. How many kids you raised? Do you remember?
3.
You had 3. Did they come back with you, or did they
Now
stay
they
up
over
there?
there in California.
They
They
stayed up
grown
there
now.
in
Yes, they
California.
grown. The
Yeah.
oldest one is 50.
50. So that was about 15 when you left.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy. It was 17 when you left to the Army, and it was 15, and they were 15 when you left
Yeah,
back
my
to,
oldest
to
was there.
Galveston. But so when you came down here, did you pick up a new job, or did
Yeah,
you
well, I already had skills. I just put in for a job nursing.
nurse?
Yeah, psychiatric nursing.
Psychiatric?
Yeah, I work for mental health, mental retardation. I used to work with the juvenile boys that was on the edge of getting locked up, so I
Hmm.
worked with them, and I worked with the crazies too.
Okay, so that's what I was. That was my field. I was a mental patient, and I took psychology in college. So
Hmm.
okay, so it brings me here today. You know, I'm over here doing a little work for you, and I noticed you told me you were selling your house, right? So what I noticed was, it's not too many local people. We're not gonna even make it about, genre of people. We're
Hmm.
gonna say local people. There's not too many local people that own down here no more.
No,
What's
no,
happening? Why is that?
they done sold all the property, and what they didn't sell, they mess around, pass it on to the young ones, and the young ones just let the tax get behind and got it taken from them.
Taken from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I look around the neighborhood. I'm looking around the neighborhood. I see where they got them painted for Airbnbs and,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So what made you decide to sell?
Well, as we getting old, can't upkeep 2 houses. Got one here and one in